Hello everyone, and a very happy new year to you all. Welcome to Augsburg. This is the Bundesliga. I'm Phil Bonney. After one win from their first 10 games, Augsburg ended the first half of the season, their Hinrunde, in barnstorming style. Today's guest, Borussia Dortmund, will be well aware that they're up against an in-form side. In fact, Augsburg are in second place in the Bundesliga's form table over the last 8 games. Only leaders Leipzig have earned more points than Augsburg over the last 8 games. Furthermore, they've won 5 of their last 7, losing just once. They could present a real challenge for Dortmund, who haven't lost their first match of a calendar year in 16 years. Going down 1-0 to arch rivals Schalke, that one loss. Augsburg love playing at home at the moment. They've been tough to beat here this season, losing just twice in the last 8 games. Dortmund have also been one of the Bundesliga's best teams at home this term, but it's away from home where they've struggled to get all 3 points. They've won just 3 of 9 games on the road. They're simply not consistent. Schalke's win against Gladbach last night means that the Black and Yellows need a win to go above their nemesis, albeit on goal difference. And as if they needed any more incentive, if Bayern come unstuck in Berlin tomorrow, they would also draw level with them. A win for Augsburg could put even more distance between themselves and the gathering storm of the relegation battle that looks set to erupt over the coming weeks. In fact, it may even give them a hope, a small glimmer of a hope of a shot at a Europa League place if their form continues as well as it has done. I think we can expect goals today. Augsburg have scored at least 2 in all of their last 5 home games. This is the lineup for the home team. Martin Schmidt with 3 changes. Tomáš Koubek in goal. The back 4 sees 2 changes. Jeffrey Chauvelou is in the centre with Tine Jedvaj, who moves back into the defence after his less than successful debut in midfield last time out. On the flanks, Philip Max returns and Stefan Lichtsteiner. Captain Daniel Bayer, who extended his contract this week, he is joined by Marco Richter and Ruben Vargas. Rani Khedira, along with Frederik Jensen, come in to complete the midfield. Despite being the home side, Florian Niederlechner starts as a lone striker up front. On the bench for Martin Schmidt's Augsburg, the one new signing for them, Eduard Löwen, who will no doubt see before the end of this game, I should imagine. Marek Suki is also back to fitness. Martin Schmidt's side on a rich run at the moment of goals and form. This is the starting lineup for Dortmund. Roman Bürki in goal. There's a change at the back. Lucien Favre has stayed with the back 3. Manuel Akanji and Mats Hummels, this time joined by Lukas Piszczek. Dan Axel Zagadou has a muscle problem and is out. In the midfield, Thomas Delaney's also out injured. Axel Witsel returns. He'll be wearing a mask today. And he's joined by Achraf Hakimi, Rafael Guerrero and Julian Brandt. Torgan Hazard shares wing duties with Jadon Sancho. Up front, despite winter signing Erling Haaland being absolutely ready to go, according to Lucien Favre, it's captain Marco Reus. One name new to the bench there you won't be so familiar with is that of Giovanni Reina, son of Claudio, 17 years of age, and he'll be making more appearances on the subs bench. Whether or not he'll be making appearances on the field very much lays with his performance and the choice of Lucien Favre. I'm very happy that I'm commentating this game, Augsburg against Dortmund, with somebody who knows Dortmund inside and out. Former Germany international, Bundesliga professional, former Dortmund player, of course, as well as Bremen and Bielefeld for quite some time. There's not much he doesn't know about Dortmund, though. Patrick Overmuyere. Patrick, great to have you alongside today.
Great to be here, Phil. Hi.
So, we have been talking, obviously, as we all do, before games. Augsburg on a great run. Martin Schmidt has come in. He's had a really good start to his tenure at Augsburg. Is it going to keep up?
I hope not, actually, to be honest, today, but they are confident. I mean, out of the last 6 games, or they were on a 6-game, 16-point streak before they lost against Leipzig in the last game before winter break, but that should give them a strong and confident attitude. Martin Schmidt said it, they want to bring pressure to Dortmund, want to defend high, so they're not backing down, they're not shying down, but of course it's Dortmund, and we still remember how the first game of the season with between those two ended. So I'm of course hoping for Dortmund, but it's going to be a tough job today.
Well, they won that match. They won game 5-1, but Dortmund's form has been so up and down at the moment.
Yeah.
They've failed to win 8 of the last 13 Bundesliga games, which must be worrying.
It is worrying, of course, and there were so high expectation before the season with the team or the club telling them they want to win the championship. So that's a little bit of extra pressure. And at some point during the first half of the season, it seemed as the team was surprised how much of resistance they got up from the opponent team. So they have to be more consistent. They have to bring everything they have on the pitch from minute 1 to minute 95, let's say, and then they have a good say in the title race, I'm quite sure.
Well, there seems to be some changes going on at Dortmund at the moment. Paco Alcácer not in the squad today, didn't come down to Augsburg. I'm not going to speculate on what that means, but Erling Haaland is here. He's on the bench. Manuel Akanji was saying in training he's seen the lad and he could do everything. What does he bring to the team, Haaland?
He brings a lot. I mean, there shouldn't be too high expectations. He's 19 years old. He comes out of a league which is not as competitive as the Bundesliga, that's for sure. But he scored 8 Champions League goals against strong opponents. He scored 16 times in one half of a short season in Austria. And he's very tactical. He's tall, he's fast, so he brings a lot. But he needs to adapt to the Bundesliga. And he was holding back a little in preseason, so he couldn't really train full throttle with the team. So he needs a little bit of time. But he brings everything to be even more than just an addition.
Well, there is the man himself, and 19 years of age, loaded with talent, loaded with energy, and as you can see, the press photographers are very keen on getting a snap of.
No pressure there.
There's no pressure whatsoever. It's been a crazy season. The first half. Now we've got the Rückrunde, the second half of the season, and for people out there who aren't so familiar with the Bundesliga, they play 17 games, and then they play the 17 games in the same order that they played other sides again. This time they're away, Dortmund. They were at home on the first day of the season. So how in that first game of the season, they've not lost the first game of the season or of a calendar year for a long time. But how much will they be judging now or fearing a backlash after that 5-1 on Matchday 1?
It's going to be a totally different game. I mean, having the first game of the season in your own stadium is always a more comfortable job. So now they have to travel to Augsburg. Augsburg, as I mentioned, are really confident because of the last stretch they had before winter break. So they have nothing to lose. So Dortmund is the big favorite in this one, but they wanna move forward. They want to attack. They want to do something. And the first game of either half of the season could give you a certain direction for the upcoming game. So this is very, very important. It's going to be a tough job for Dortmund, but a tough job, of course, for Augsburg and Daniel Bayer.
Well, they've both these sides have got Union Berlin coming up. That's not going to be an easy task. There'll be a little bit of a revenge, I should imagine, for Dortmund after having lost to away at Union in the first half of the season. They've got Köln next up. On paper, they look as if they're games that Dortmund should win, but on the other hand, they could be a banana skin waiting for them.
Could be a bad start, but I don't want to talk about it. But before the season started, in training camp, I talked to a few guys from like, let's say, from the club, and we were talking about this lineup. So Augsburg, then Union, and then Köln, and they were so confident and said, yeah, that's 9 points. And I said, hold up, man, hold up. These teams have absolutely nothing to lose. It's going to be tough. So watch out what's coming.
And they're fighting for their lives. Well, that's what it could work out as over the next 3 games. But right now, let's just focus on this one. Augsburg at home against Borussia Dortmund. They lost 5-1 in Dortmund on Matchday 1. Alcácer got a couple. Royce, Brandt and Sancho all getting their names on the goal scorers list, but so did Florian Niederlechner, the number 7 there. He's in great form at the moment, 8 goals this season, and he's at home. Got the WWK Arena crowd behind them, sold out. I should pretty much imagine it's looking very full indeed. Manuel Gräfer here in the centre, the referee for this game. Vastly experienced, over 260 games in charge. Daniel Bayer, 35 years of age, captain for Augsburg. The slightly younger Marco Reus, captain of Dortmund, and the two Swiss coaches, obviously exchanging a few words in their native Schweizerdeutsch.
Yeah, I really don't know if Favre is familiar with Schweizerdeutsch. He's more French spoken, but they do get along. I
won't be able to translate for you, that's for sure. Referee's assistants today, Guido Klever and Marcus Sin. Guido Klever on the right. Fourth official is Martin Pedersen. Frank Willenborg is the video assistant referee. Thomas Gorniak will be assisting him. Dortmund in that very snazzy black away costume. Away strip costume. I don't know where I was. I was in Carnival, I suppose. Axel Witsel with a mask to protect his nose. And he'll be hoping to steal the ball off a few people this afternoon. That's why you wear the mask, so they don't recognise you. Can't see you coming. Mats Hummels. The pre-match rituals all done and dusted. All that's needed now is for referee Manuel Gräfer to blow the whistle and get this game underway. And that's exactly what he does. So, Borussia Dortmund in the black strip, kicking from right to left. They're the visitors in Augsburg. Dortmund have lost just one of their 8 Bundesliga away games against Augsburg. The most recent meeting in Augsburg, that was in March 2019. They lost 2-1 here. Dortmund average more points a game and have a higher win percentage against Augsburg than against any other current Bundesliga side. But, as they say in German, neues Spiel, neues Glück. New game, new luck. Reus trying to skip inside in the first touch of the ball from Thomas Kobeck. Joining me today, if you just tuned in, a former Bundesliga professional, former Dortmund player himself, Patrick Ovomoyela. Patrick, always a pleasure to share commentary duties with you.
Likewise, of course.
Obviously, Patrick, you're international ambassador for Dortmund, so everybody knows which side your bread's buttered. But Augsburg have been on a great run. Yeah. There's an incentive for them if they can continue this run. They might even be knocking on the doors of a Europa League place.
Exactly. Let's wait for this situation here.
Little look Khedira. Up, Khedira.
And there's the first little hello. So Augsburg is showing exactly what they want to do. Defend high, put pressure on them, and look forward. So this one a little off target there by Khedira. But Augsburg, they've been on a good stretch. They lost the last game before winter break against Leipzig, but before that, 16 points out of 6 games. They won the last 3 home games. They want to continue, and they're closer to international ranks than to relegation, which everybody believed they would be fully involved with. So it's a dangerous game, and it's a hard piece of wood they need to break today, Dortmund, that is.
Correro knocks it back to Akanji into the centre. Mats Hummels. It's a good vertical pass from him. Sancho, lovely footwork from Jadon Sancho. Niederlechner pulls it wide to Ruben Vargas. Vargas putting it out for a goal kick. Well, it's so often the case with sides like Martin Schmidt's Augsburg. Freiburg is another example. They have not much in the way of resources. They have to make do with what they've got, but they do make some canny signings. They do have the advantage, if you were, is nobody's expecting them to do anything.
Exactly. The nothing to lose mentality is what they have in favor on Dortmund. Dortmund has a little bit more pressure going into this game, especially with the game we saw yesterday where Schalke won and overtook them in the table. But it's still 17 games with this one included. But Dortmund, of course, they need to win. And if Augsburg does get something out of this game, it's an extra.
Julian Brandt. This check to Witsel, playing with the mask on. You were telling me before kickoff, in training after you broke your nose, you experimented with one of those.
I've done it, yeah, and it gives you a little bit of extra security, but it's strange.
Oh, well, that's broken. Torgan Hazard needs to turn his shots, but Kobek is there. 4 clean sheets this season for Kobek. It was a difficult angle for Hazard.
Difficult angle, but this should have been a little bit more than what was the outcome. A good moment there, and on the other side, it's Niederlechner now.
Play on.
Well defended there by Mats Hummels. No, but a great chance. So first chances on both sides. It's a nice pace to this game already.
Very similar, Dortmund fans will hate me for saying it, but very similar to the way Schalke and Gladbach started last night. Both of them very interested in the game. Right. Sometimes you get the feeling that one side's willing to sit back and let the other side run the show for a while, but both sides here going at it straight from the start.
Phil, that might be true, but we really don't want to hear that comparison. So, no, but interesting pace. I mean, I like it. The question is, who can hold it up much longer? Because Dortmund will test them for the full 90 minutes, and Augsburg has to work mostly defensively to be expected. But here we see again Torgan Hazard, a good chance there. Maybe you should have taken the heads up before and wait for something else, but
tried to instinctively slot it past Kobek.
Good work by Kobek there, getting to that ball.
Richter knocks it inside. Khedira's ball intercepted by Achraf Hakimi.
And we were talking about that mask thing Axel Witsel is playing with. You're right, I had to do it. I broke my nose in the winter, or shortly, no, it was exactly beginning of the trainings camp of the winter break. And I had to wear it for a couple of weeks, but I didn't want to play with it, because even though you have enough room for your nose and the nozzles, and you breathe differently. It's different. There's something disturbing about wearing that mask. So I decided to not wear it in game, but throughout the week in practice. So the only risk I had was playing, and yeah, I was lucky not to get hurt again.
Teen Jedvai getting forward for the home side. That's a not bad cross he put in there. Difficult to dig it out from there. Didn't come to anything though.
Very good setup there by Augsburg. Makes it hard for Dortmund to find the usual style of playing.
Vargas put some pressure on. That was well done by Mats Hummels. Shielded that ball out very, very adeptly.
Yeah, I mean, whoever is still in doubt that he still can be one of the best defenders in the league, I mean, every week he proves it. He had a little dip in the first 6 months, but he's back to full force, and he's so important for Borussia Dortmund, not just on the pitch, off the pitch as well. Great player.
Hakimi trying to run onto that ball, and he's won it. Royce couldn't get there. That's broken beautifully for Guerrero. Now Dortmund through. Jadon Sancho. Marco Reus has somehow clipped that over the top. And that's, for me, Patrick, that's a typical Dortmund mistake move. They always try and make it too pretty.
Too pretty, yeah, exactly.
Jadon Sancho should have smacked that thing straight past the goalkeeper.
He wasn't in a good position to do it himself, but he rather looks out for Marco Reus, who was a little bit surprised maybe, and it was a little in the back of him, so he had to do, you see that? He
just slightly behind him.
He had to reach back for that ball. It's not easy, but of course, you must make that goal. That is a big, big chance, and you know what they say.
Oh.
If you, I mean, it's still early, but you know, you don't get too many, usually.
Well, it has to be said that it's a good sign as well. It shows what a bond the team have with each other. They're trying to play each other in. That's a great thing. Let's not be. But sometimes you just wish people would just shoot when they can, when they see the target.
Absolutely right.
It was 1-1 after 3 minutes when they played on match day 1.
Yeah.
8 minutes gone now, and we've had some, well, at least one massive chance. Offside flag is up against Niederlechner.
Yeah, this could have been the next big chance there, and this time for Augsburg. Of course, we will have another look on it, and it's a good decision. It's a clear offside by far.
Augsburg have won 3 home Bundesliga games in a row for the first time since 2014.
As I mentioned, the beginnings for Martin Schmidt weren't that easy. I mean, but the matches weren't that easy as well. But then he had a great stretch and did everything he could with this team. And you're absolutely right. Teams like Augsburg and Freiburg, they know how to make the best of what they have.
Kubek coming to play the ball, but the flag was up anyway eventually for offside against Marco Reus. Well, there's been things going on at Augsburg. Martin Hinteregger left under a cloud. Michal Gregoric gone to Schalke as well. Wasn't happy, obviously. Wasn't getting games. Lost his confidence. Played an absolute blinder last night. An assist and a goal on his debut for Schalke in the Bundesliga. But Martin Schmidt obviously has a plan, and it's been working recently.
The plan has been working for him and for Augsburg. Oh,
that's been given away. And similarly,
yeah, but
could have done better.
Yeah, but Augsburg is dangerous when you allow them to use their confidence and try something. They will do so. They're absolutely able to play decent football, offensively and defensively, if you're not really working hard enough.
Sancho tried to accelerate onto that ball, but he missed out. Khedira gets it to Ruben Vargas. It's laid outside. Philip Max crosses it in, and a header away from Hummels. And a thumping shot gets the crowds applauding.
Dortmund shouldn't let Augsburg get this momentum going now with these back-to-back chances and moments. Vargas very involved these first minutes. Dortmund has to find a way to put pressure on the other side to keep the momentum, or to use the momentum for themselves.
Pressure's given way again. Well, referee has indicated that his hand was at his side.
It's going to be
good call.
Some reviews for this one, but I mean, what can you do? His hands are on his back. It touches the elbow, that's for sure, but absolutely no movement from the arm. So he tries to
great call
be as small as he possibly can.
Great call from Manuel Gräfer. Absolutely not. Well, in my opinion, you can't give a handball for that.
No.
There was one yesterday for Schalke. Kabak turned and it hit his hands. You can't tell me that that's deliberate handball at all. What are you supposed to do with your hands? So, Philip Max to deliver the corner. Something from the training ground. This one looks like, and some very aware running from Guerrero.
Yeah, but a nice little idea there. You might surprise many teams with this. Especially stronger teams don't expect, let's say, weaker teams to try something like that. So it might work for them at some point, but this time Guerrero
had the speed as well to get there and cut off any danger. Brandt, good ball from him.
Yeah, well played in the tight room they had.
Frees Dortmund up a little bit. I'm still finding it hard to adjust to a back three for Dortmund. What are your opinions on that, Patrick?
I think it suits the team, it suits the style of playing they have. I mean, Dortmund done it a lot under Tuchel as well, when they were very versatile and could switch it up from 4-back to 5-back to 3-back. That's a nice addition. And when you have players, offside here from Jensen, when you have players that can fit this position, especially with Hakimi being more of a winger than a defensive right back, and so is Guerrero on the other side. So you should use this for your advantage. So offensively, you have an extra man working with you offensively, and defensively, they're fast enough to be back there and help out the three, let's say, full-backs.
Hummels with another one of those vertical passes. Royce couldn't get it under his wing and turn.
Dortmund so far has not really taking control of midfield. Offensively, they're trying to overlap midfield by playing long balls and making it fast. Defensively, everything is okay, but they don't find the right openings in midfield, which will be crucial throughout this game, because you can't just outrun him and try to get behind the defensive line of Augsburg. So you have to have a different approach every now and then. And Augsburg has a good way of defending that at the moment.
They've been very quick to put pressure on the back three and Roman Bürki.
Yeah, again, a long ball there. Now maybe Witzel in midfield, but it's hard to have the usual combinations in this crucial room, midfield area.
Forced back again. Piszczek. Brandt.
See a lot of left to right and not so much of vertical play there.
Akanji to Guerrero. It's a little better. Oh, nicely done. Sancho trying his luck on this near side now. And he's made his way towards the penalty box. It's been laid back and just a touch keeps it away from Julian Brandt's foot. Hazard, Brandt, it's come free, but leaning back, and Guerrero's shot wide of the uprights. Just didn't quite fall how they wanted it to.
Yeah, no, this was more... It's more a coincidence than it was really well planned. They had the right positioning, but other ideas, and this shot is more coincidence, even though it was a good shot, not too far from the goal, but good effort defensively by Augsburg so far. Really making it tough and hard for Dortmund.
Richter wriggles away from the challenge. Max outside to Vargas. Hakimi was having none of that.
But again, Augsburg is already there, putting pressure, stopping that ball. No breather there for Dortmund.
And to be honest, that's a very good plan. Don't give them time to choose the pass, to control the ball, get on them straight away, and make it uncomfortable.
Hey, I mean, it's the best plan, because it's the start of the second half of the season. The teams again have to find their perfect fit, their perfect play. So nothing is really working out perfectly for neither team, in my opinion. And if you give them pressure, it's harder to find that style of playing again.
Neither side really in any kind of rhythm over this first 15 minutes. It's all been a bit scrappy. Well, why not? Why not indeed? Worth a try, Marco Richter.
Talking about confidence there, I mean...
Came through the Bayern Youth Academy.
Wasn't he with the under-21 team and had a fantastic tournament just not too long ago? So, fantastic player. Still young, big talent.
Augsburg again. They've got the overlap done. Philip Max tried to cut it back for Vargas. Those two working very well together so far in this opening phase. Dortmund not having it their way at all at the moment.
No, not at all. Very active left wing there with Max and Vargas. And after 17 minutes played now, I see more and more confidence in Augsburg.
Second corner for Augsburg. I get the feeling that the Augsburg players have been told by Martin Schmidt, shoot on side. Just
shoot.
If you can see a bit of the goal.
When it's there, just try it, just try. But I know nowadays you don't see that too often. A lot of teams, and we said it before, Dortmund especially, trying to make it beautiful, trying to make it, absolutely clear until we're on the line and then just roll it over, instead of just trying from range. You don't see that a lot anymore in the Bundesliga, and why not? If you don't try, you can make it.
It's exactly what my granddad used to say. If you don't shoot, you don't score.
So you've been a good scorer, I take from that. No, but it's true. I mean, football evolves differently, and it's all about combinations now to the very last moment.
And as far as granddad lines, he also used to tell me, he said, you spend more time getting up than you do playing football. I don't know what that said about my...
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was a close call there. Probably right.
How often have we seen already in this first nearly 20 minutes that when Dortmund have the ball in their own final third, there's very little room for them to move at all. They're put under so much pressure.
They have. I mean, Dortmund has the majority of possession, that's for sure. But the room where they have it and where Augsburg let them have it is not the room Dortmund wants it to have.
It's not quality possession, certainly.
It's not quality.
Interception. Hazard's first touch was poor. Berkey snatching it away from Niederlechner, who immediately apologises for the small contact that they had. Always good to see.
Yeah, a little touch there on the cheek. But you see how fast it can go. I mean, you almost have a chance on the one side, but if you are sloppy, as we have seen it now once or twice from Dortmund, then Augsburg makes it fast and tries to come back.
Ball over the chop, and Niederlechner's onside. Flag stayed down. Florian Niederlechner for Ruben Vargas to make it 1-0. But wait a second, the flag's up. Well, the flag did go up in the end.
This will come back. This will come back. It's a good call. He waited long. I think it was clear enough to immediately raise the flag. But yeah, that's the new rule. If it's not 100%, to me it was.
I thought he was offside.
Yeah. This was more than enough to call it back immediately.
But the flag stays down, and of course the ref's assistant is instructed to play until he touches the ball. I mean, he was miles offside when the ball was played, but he has to wait with the flag until he touches the ball.
Yeah, but even after he touched it, I mean, he was still letting it go until it was a goal, but this one was clear enough to call it back. I just think it's stupid. It's a waste of time in this case. This is a waste of time. In some moments when it's really, really close, like this one maybe, another poor control or difficult control there for Thorgan Hazard.
It wasn't the easiest of balls.
If it's close and you let play on, that's absolutely fine with me, but if it's clear, just come on, save us some time. And some stress. I mean, everybody's cheering now. It's difficult. The
better our technology gets, the more complicated it is to work with it.
Yeah. Well played by Khedira.
Richter back to Jedvai.
As expected, this is a totally different game than the first game between those two on Matchday 1. This point in time was a totally different result already.
Well, Augsburg scored first on Matchday 1, of course. Niederlechner scoring Augsburg's first goal of the season.
I really don't need that today, but some goals would really make this more interesting.
Well, both of them, both sides have only failed to score twice this season. And we're only just halfway through the first half. That's more like it. Witzel curls it around. Sancho's waiting to try and create something. Edge of the box is Guerrero. This is Brandt. Now they're starting to queue up. Hummels is further forward. Piszczek Akanji.
But everybody works behind the ball for Augsburg now. Immediately, as soon as they could, it came back. And again, all the way back, it goes into the half of Dortmund. So, it's well played defensively.
Augsburg have been committing themselves in both directions as well. That might, of course, mean that it takes its toll in the second half. Tired legs.
Yeah, it's a lot of running needed for that. That's what I meant by let's see how long Augsburg especially can keep it up.
Lichtsteiner's throw in. Hummel's header.
They're bumped heads.
Rani Khedira, I think, coming off worse in that challenge.
Little kiss to the elbow of Brandt. No harm intended. But safety first.
Yes.
A few words there from Gräfe to Brandt to be aware of where the elbows go.
Ball was rolling. That'll need to be taken again. Bit of throwing practice for Roman Bürki.
It's just incredible how far these guys can throw the ball nowadays.
Muscles like Superman.
This is ridiculous. Different style of player nowadays in the Bundesliga.
Lichtsteiner knocks it back for Niederlechner.
He's the one supposed to be in center.
Little bit of hesitation, and the ball is gone. Royce and Azar seeing very little of the ball up front. Sancho as well. A lot of midfield play in this first 25 minutes. Hasn't really involved them.
Not really, but he's running a lot. He has the highest coverage at the moment for Dortmund. It's not really involved, as you mentioned. Only 12 ball actions to his name.
Pressure from Royce causing Kubek to kick long and put the ball out. Jensen. Jedvai.
That would have been a great moment to close the gap and steal the ball. A little too easy for Jedvai to get out of this.
Again, that ball trying to spring the offside trap. Hummels is underneath that one, though. Little touch from Witzel. It's good control. Nice passing from Dortmund.
They do seem to be like in control of the ball in their own half, but whenever they try to create something offensively, Augsburg finds a way to get in between, to stop them. Maybe now.
That's a lovely ball from Brandt to Sancho. Didn't quite come where he wanted it, but he's through. And the ball just a whisker away from the crossbar. But that's how quick Dortmund can put you under.
Foot on the throttle, and this is what you get. A good chance and a good look from Sancho, and there was absolutely no chance Kubek would have stopped this ball from going in. Seen late also, because Gauvalu was in the way of him, but yeah, he might have had a chance to find Torgan Hazard there, but fantastic pass by Brandt. Good job by Sancho, just a little off target. That is what Dortmund needs more of for the next, let's say, 17 minutes.
Half-hour mark approaches. No goals in this game so far. A couple of good opportunities from both sides. Augsburg showing that their run of recent good form has not been a flash in the pan.
And it is based on, well...
Oh, that was well done. Royce wants the ball played, but it's going to be Witzel who gets it now. Dortmund with a real chance to create something. This time it's Royce, and this time it's wide of the upright yet again. Patrick, they keep having these chances. They've got to take one sooner or later.
Got to take one sooner or later. You probably remind me saying earlier that the more you drop, the more chances you let go, it's going to haunt you. It's going to haunt you later in that game. It's not getting easier. Augsburg is getting more and more confident. And these are chances you absolutely have to do.
99 times out of 100, Royce would have put that away.
Usually. But it's that first game after winter break and everything is still a little out of rhythm. Maybe that's why.
Well, that was another little flash of how good Dortmund are when they get that passing working. The speed of the attack leaves the opponents gasping.
The patience and good vision by Witzel before that pass, but then, yeah, just inches.
Witzel getting a little more involved in this game now, and these passes are starting to be strung together with a little more elan, a little more confidence from players like Jadon Sancho. Great move from him. That will be a corner to Dortmund, their first one of the game. Augsburg have only conceded twice.
Nice little footwork there, turning around, backwards over the ball. You and me, we might have fallen down trying to
I would have fallen.
one.
I would have definitely fallen over trying that. Back post. Referee waving play on.
Yeah, but this one man in the middle.
I think Akanji's down. Witzel's appealing, and the referee indicates they should just play on.
Akanji's still down. Gets up now. Dortmund still in control of the ball.
Well, I'm not denying that he was hurt, but he was impeding his own team's headway and progress. They couldn't play it forward with him on the ground there.
Look at this effort by Khedira. Like telling everybody to push up and defend higher.
I get the feeling that Dortmund have just gone up a gear.
Yeah, but they have to keep that going and don't fall back now. The constant pressure to break defense of Augsburg. Another sloppy pass there by Marco Reus.
Underweighted, and it just invited the challenge. Akanji doesn't seem to be suffering any ill effects.
And again, look how close everybody of Augsburg is standing together. It's really not easy to find the open gaps. It involves a lot of running left to right and back, forward and backwards from Augsburg. A little help there from Manuel Gräfe.
It's almost like he knew it was coming. He ducked and waited for it to hit him.
Yeah. Wanted to be involved, at least a little bit.
3, 2, 1.
Those flinching eyes already, expecting it to hurt. But I think this...
The rules say that the ball will now be returned to the team that was in possession.
Right. And there we have the scene. It was more of the ball into the face of Akanji. There was no real foul. Both were going at it with arms involved, Calvert-Lewin and Akanji.
Big kick from Burki. Sancho now difficulty in keeping on his feet. Pressure from behind. Oh, now Kimi was supposed to be the target, but they've given it to Ruben Vargas, and he's got the speed to get inside. Piszczek Beautiful finish. Of course it's Niederlechner. He's their man of the moment. Augsburg break the deadlock. A horrible pass intercepted by Vargas. And a typical striker's finish from Florian Niederlechner. 9 goals for the season now.
Yep, and this is how it all went down. That's another sloppy pass by Dortmund, Torgan Hazard in this case. Then Vargas uses his speed and momentum against Piszczek and Incente. It's very hard to defend. Niederlechner is doing it very, very intelligent, stealing away a little in the back of Mats Hummels, especially exactly in between of the two defenders. That's really hard to defend at that point. But of course it all started with a poor pass in midfield that was uncalled for and unnecessary.
And they've been exploiting them all day so far, Augsburg. They've been almost waiting for those overcomplicated passes or overhit passes, and that's just what they got there.
Absolutely, absolutely. The right kind of patience. They knew that at one point they will get these chances for counter-attacks. I wouldn't say it's well-deserved, but they worked their way up to this first goal.
I counter that by saying you can't say it's undeserved.
No, it's not undeserved, but it's not really. I mean, Dortmund could have scored at least
They
two.
made it easy for them.
Right. They made it too easy. But Augsburg worked for that. That's what I meant. It's absolutely not undeserved.
They have a game plan. It's a very clear game plan. And
good to see. Well put together their plan. Well adapted and well performed on the pitch by his team. So kudos to Martin Schmidt for the first 35 minutes.
Well, there you see 5 shots apiece, 1 shot on target apiece. But most importantly, Augsburg a goal up.
And still they keep that effort defensively going.
Lechner unable to get on the end of that.
He's absolutely happy with the way his team plays at the moment, Martin Schmidt.
Well, Freiburg might be kicking themselves for letting Niederlechner go. 9 goals this season, more than any other summer signing.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a better fit somewhere else. I mean, Freiburg is not blind when it comes to who they get and who they let go.
Sometimes they have to let players go.
Right.
Obviously, the financial rewards, another thing that clubs have to think about.
It's another argument, yeah.
Especially clubs like Freiburg and Augsburg. Referee trying to allow play to continue, and he's done so. Advantage played. Sancho just waiting to dribble around the white and green shirts if he can. Nearly another misplaced pass. Hummels is out of position now. And this is when the white shirts will come flooding forward. They've got 4 against 3, but Akanji will get there in front of Niederlechner.
It's a little too open, that game at the moment. Dortmund is trying to do something offensively, but they're risking a lot at the moment.
Now, Hakimi. Cutback nearly came as far as Royce, but not quite. Jedvaj. Too casual from Tine Jedvaj, but he's made up for his mistake. A little wobble from Vargas. First assist for him this season. Now Dortmund seemed riled. Palmed away by Kubek. That could have turned out differently.
Would be important for Dortmund now to score before half-time. Not like this is too easy. And there's a little... Hey, is it Hazel?
Hail. Little hail in the air. You can see that makes things nicely uncomfortable. Witzel. Guerrero. Seeing the gap. Not a lot of movement up front. Now, Royce.
Too many players in in white and green, defending at the moment, but another corner at least for Dortmund.
Second Dortmund corner of the game. Julian Brandt comes over to take it. 1-0 the score with 7 minutes to go till half-time. Brandt hits it firmly. It's gone past everyone and Richter's able to clear.
It seems as Dortmund has stepped it up a notch after that goal they conceded. A little more effort now. Why not from the beginning, but still some sloppy passes like this.
Is that because of the winter break, you think, Patrick?
Yeah, I mean, you want to, you know, have a moment to get back to the usual, to get back in rhythm. Of course, it's uncomfortable to try and, you know, put in the high intensity, but you're professional. That's what you need to do to win games. I mean, there are no easy games in Bundesliga anymore. Not against Augsburg. Statistics don't count. Nothing matters. On pitch is what matters, and you can't take an easy approach on things. You have to get it going right away from the beginning. It seemed a little, as it was a little too casual from Dortmund the first 20 minutes, let's say. Then they had a first try on turning things up, and with the goal they did another one, but easy mistakes making it hard for Dortmund at the moment.
Well, the player of the first half, Florian Niederlechner, quite a simple decision, that one, I would have thought. His goal, the difference today. One shot, one goal. Those are the sort of statistics you like to see on your main striker. Well, Dortmund will no doubt have a lot to talk about at half-time.
Yep, 5 minutes more to level this.
I think Hazard has not been at his best today, it must be said. It was his mistake that led to the goal, but not only because of that.
Yeah, offensively too, he had some, let's say, not so strong moments, but it's still a chance for everyone on pitch to turn things around. And if not, there is a lot of talent on the bench who could help making things better.
Well, I must admit, I'd certainly like to see Erling Haaland up front with Royce in behind him.
It'd be interesting. I'm quite sure, as things stands at the moment, there's a good chance we'll see that. You see it in the body language. Hard for Mats Hummels to find open passes. Maybe now over the wing.
Hazard. Oh, there's room in the centre. Sancho can't get his foot free. Witsel can, but that's a great challenge. Niederlechner back on the edge of his own box.
That's the effort Augsburg puts in. Again, still in first half. A long way to go still. Question is, can they keep it up?
Sancho. Guerrero almost thought about a shot there.
Not really, in my opinion.
Hazard. Well, he seemed to be shuffling his feet, getting them ready to...
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good ball. Royce's first touch.
That's a great pass there. Wow.
First touch was good. He just didn't have quite enough room.
Yeah, but this is what Brandt can do from his new position. He just took on for winter break. First contact wasn't that bad, but well defended from Rauvelo. Put his body in between, and then Kobek.
A little bit of gardening.
Ooh. Clever play by Richter against Akanji, but he's still there, and now it's all dealt with from from Dortmund.
Brandt was clipped, that'll be a free kick.
Yeah, but Augsburg is putting in the right work, the right kind of plan, right execution. I hate to say it, but it's a good first half from Augsburg. And there you have it, another mistake by Hakimi. Let's see what Augsburg makes of it.
Vargas was chopped quite distinctly there. That'll be his last warning, I'm fairly sure, Julian Brandt. Vargas has been causing all kinds of trouble on that far side.
Very, very active. Vargas. Richter now steps up too, but Vargas obviously man of the first half for Augsburg. I mean, Niederlechner of course, but Vargas delivered that one. So.
And if I was an Augsburg fan, I'd be absolutely delighted by the team's input over this first 45 minutes.
Really good first half from the team of Augsburg. Can they add to it? Is the question.
Philipp Max, 20 assists. The most assists for Augsburg in his time here. Philipp Max, it's gone for goal, the cheeky fellow. Very nicely saved as well. Ball still in play. They've got it again. Royce blocked that one inadvertently. Now Sancho jumps over the challenge, doesn't take the ball with him.
And the team gets applause for their effort. The crowd absolutely loves what their team is doing at the moment. But again,
1 minute of time added on.
Again, talking about confidence. I mean, Philipp Max trying to be cheeky.
And he struck it very, very well.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
They are the best takers of... nobody else has scored more goals from a free kick directly than them this season, Augsburg. 3 goals. Now then, this is looking like it's going to be the last opportunity for Dortmund to find the target in the first 45 minutes. Brandt's giving the signal. Lucas Piszczek couldn't quite get up enough speed to get on the end of that. And referee Manuel Gräfer brings the first half to a close. Augsburg, after a very good 45 minutes, delirious really the fans will be with their 1-0 lead. Augsburg 1, Dortmund 0, the score at half-time. Well, they've really put in the effort and they've got the reward out, albeit from a rather sloppy pass from Thorgan Hazard. Not that I really want to single him out in any way, but there were more than one sloppy pass in the first half and they've been punished for it. Yeah,
it's a little shaky first game from Dortmund after their winter break, but they've been absolutely outworked by Augsburg. Good match plan, well executed, and a strong Vargas and Philipp on the Max on the left side delivering for Niederlechner. So it's, I have to say now, it's a deserved lead for Augsburg.
But there are still 45 minutes to come. We might see a turnaround, we might not. Let's hope we see a few more goals. I hope you can join Patrick Overmuyela and myself after the break. See you then. Bye now. Hello, welcome back to the WWK Arena in Augsburg. The home side with a deserved 1-0 lead. Florian Niederlechner with his 9th of the season, putting the home side in front. A Dortmund side that look a bit sleepy still from the winter hibernation, not sharp. The passing not as crisp as we've been used to. And as it looks, no Haaland at the break. No changes from the coach, Lucien Favre, and Manfred Steffes there, his assistant coach. Augsburg rather predictably starting the second half with the same team that went in at the break. Now, is it me or was that a slightly smaller mask that I saw on Axel Witsel?
Might be. Might be he felt a little disturbed in his vision or breathing.
Second half gets underway. The home side, Augsburg, in the white and green, in the lead, courtesy of Florian Niederlechner's 9th goal of the season. If you're just joining us after the restart, I'm Phil Bonney. I'm joined today by former Bundesliga professional Patrick Overmoyela, and that has woken up the crowds. My goodness, what a hit from Marco Richter. Oh, they cannot believe that. And why should they? That is a dream of a strike from Marco Richter. I joked earlier on, Patrick, that they've been told to shoot on sight. I don't think I was that far off the mark.
No, you're not. But again, look at this. Easy mistake there from Akanji. Could have dealt better with it. And this is an absolute beauty. No chance there from Berkey. Couldn't expect this one going exactly like this. A nice, just little bend on it. Comes back down and hits exactly beside the post. There's no chance of holding that from this range with this strength and speed behind it. But again, it was defendable, let's say so much. Could have been dealt with better by Akanji in this case. A poor header led to this one.
And they cannot believe that that goal went in. The players themselves absolutely ecstatic, and you saw the way they went to each other, and there was a lot of love in that team there.
Lichter himself was a little surprised how well this was executed and how well it went for him.
4th goal of the season for Marco Richter, and that is not good news for Dortmund at all. Hammered home.
Much longer distance now for Dortmund to come back.
Well, they're a side that can do that, we all know that. But they should not make mistakes like that. That's just sloppy.
It
very
is
sloppy.
Really sloppy. You said it. They seem like they are still in hibernation.
You cannot play like you're 2-0 up when you're 2-0 down.
No.
It's
absolutely.
They might have the better quality. They might be in the Champions League, but at the moment they're 2-0 down in Augsburg, and if they're not careful, they'll go 3-0 down.
Augsburg waits for these mistakes. They are patient, but they're putting in the right effort. They're working both ends on the pitch really, really well. Have a great game plan. But actually, at the moment, I'm disappointed with the way Dortmund is starting back into this campaign.
Well, I think when anybody plays that goal back, it'll sound like you scored it, actually, because I was just at the point of introducing you after the second half.
No, I didn't. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Definitely not an own goal by Patrick Overmoyela. Play continues. Instinctive pass from Brandt. Now's the time for the Dortmund team to step up. Sancho. Witsel tried to drive it. The technique was right, it was staying down, just that there was a player in the way. Now Azar. Brandt should have hit that first time, wants to turn, does hit it second time, does score. All of a sudden, the alarm bells have gone off and Dortmund have woken up. And it's about time. Lucien Favre looks to be speechless about what's gone on so far, but that's a very important goal, Patrick.
Very important to have that quick comeback. Nice move there by Brandt. I thought he might have taken a little too long there, but he proved me wrong and put this exactly where it needs to be. A lot of focus and meaning on this ball. Good moment there, and so important to level that last goal at least, and now have another shot on leveling the game.
Well, I was totally with you. I thought his time had come and gone.
Yep. I thought to myself, oh, missed it, and then he turned around and did this. So very well in his
third goal of the season for Julian Brandt.
What an important one. Again, he's kind of the man for the important goals. He did it in Champions League as well.
Well, he's protecting his record. He's played them 11 times, Augsburg, and he's never lost.
See? Oh, another poor pass. They have to find the right balance between risk and concentration and focus.
Oh, the ball just broke very kindly for Augsburg again there. Jensen. Vargas is still forward. He'll gather this one in. No, he's waited, and it'll be a corner.
Oh,
or at least he thought.
Offside. The fans won't have it.
It's been awarded as a Dortmund ball.
Yeah, and it's a good call. It's a good call. Vargas is clearly one length ahead and goes for the ball, so this is offside. If the linesman raises his flag, I mean, he could have waited because he didn't touch the ball, and there's another mistake which could lead up to something.
Witzel is there, but it's come. No, not enough contact, surely. Referees allow play to continue. Vargas wants to go at goal, and Burki gets his whole body behind it.
Open visor now, a lot of activity on both ends, and many are waiting for this man to come, Erling Haaland.
Well, there's a lot resting on his young shoulders at the moment, and he's not even played a minute for them. Hakimi. Brandt. Oh, good dummy. Jadon Sancho couldn't swing at that. He would have broken his own leg and the defenders, I think, if he had it done.
But it was almost the same moment for Julian Brandt as when he scored just minutes ago. And again, I thought, why don't try from this position, like Royce usually does?
Yet fine, committing everything to that challenge.
Dortmund unable to make more out of it. And the other way it goes.
Niederlechner. He's just got his eye on the prize. They weren't going to make a mistake there. What I like about Dortmund in this second half is they're playing with a lot more sense of urgency, a lot more commitment.
They do.
It's sharper.
They do, but what they also do, and both teams at the moment do, and in Germany we say play with an open visor. Like, you know, there's no real defense there at the moment, so everybody's looking just for the attack. And it's a lot of risk at play at the moment.
Hakimi wants the ball as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but nobody else wants to play with him, so he has to wait. Because Piszczek.
Well, they've certainly shown a reaction, which was exactly what was needed.
In my opinion, it shouldn't. There shouldn't be another goal needed to turn things for you, to turn the effort you put in. But at least they're doing the right thing after conceding that second goal. Urgency is a good word for it. I think they feel it now.
He's gone for it again. I stand by what I said. They've been told to shoot onside.
I learned something today. You're a real expert in reading game plans. I tell you that. No, but you're right. I mean, and it's a good way, a good approach. Why not? Try it. If you have guys that can do it, try it.
Well, Augsburg have shown with Marco Richter, they've got someone who can.
They do have them.
Last time that Dortmund were 2 down and came back to win was 45 matches ago against Leverkusen.
It was a fantastic game, by the way, but they did it also against Milan or Inter in Champions League. They were down 2-0 and turned this game around also with a great effort in second half.
Max, too much space, too much time. 2 goals now for Florian Niederlechner. And you talk about going toe-to-toe. These two are doing just that. But it's Augsburg that are throwing the bigger punches at the moment. Florian Niederlechner is molten.
Yeah, and that's not well defended. There are 2 guys to Piszczek, so he couldn't apply pressure because Hakimi is a little late helping him. And then Vargas finds Max, and Niederlechner again does exactly what a number 9 should do. Be at the right kind of point in the right kind of time. Well played. Again, over the left wing. It's again the strong side of Augsburg, Vargas and Max. That shouldn't be a surprise to the players of Dortmund, but they can't defend it better at the moment.
Well, other teams will be looking at the way this is going and rubbing their hands together with glee, especially Schalke and Bayern. Bayern, of course, still with a game in hand. Leipzig likewise. That substitution we've all been waiting for. The number Erling Haaland, number 17 for Dortmund, takes his place on the field. Now let's see what the young man has got. Norwegian.
Comes in for Lucas Piszczek, who had a tough afternoon so far. I wouldn't say he was causing these goals, but he couldn't defend them because he was a little left alone there in some moments. And the strong left side from Augsburg with him, Philipp Max and Vargas.
Both very fast.
Very fast and very strong. And
Piszczek not the youngest anymore.
No, but if you play against 2 of these kind of players, you need help to do so. And he hadn't had that help in the right kind of moments. So, unlucky for Lucas Piszczek.
Well, Markus Schmidt's game plan is working out perfectly at the moment. Just a few minutes to go until the hour mark. His side 3-1 up against Dortmund.
So I might think Dortmund will switch back into a 4-back defense. I'm not sure actually, but from the guys that are playing at the moment, it's only Hummels and Akanji, real fullbacks, and then Guerrero and Hakimi on the wings. And let's see how they interpreted that.
Well, Haaland was giving out instructions as he came on.
It's a big task for Dortmund now coming back with again 2 goals behind.
Augsburg with the stronger will. They're hungry, they know they can get something out of this game. Sancho. Brandt. Plays the 1-2. Now they're coming forward. Hakimi on the overlap, but Brandt uses him now. Hazard. Again. Sancho. Brandt. Haaland, sorry. Got to get used to the name.
Hopefully you have to say him a couple of times more often today. Good job.
Clearance. I know where you're coming from there, Patrick.
At least he's involved right away.
Witzel. He wants it, he gets it, he scores! Haaland scores, and it's 3-2 with virtually what must be his first touch of the game. Might have had 2 before, didn't need any more, and he has opened his account for Dortmund at what must be the absolute best time to do it. They're back in it, Patrick.
They're back in it, absolutely, and if I'm not mistaken, it was his 3rd ball action he had, but this one was the most important for a shot on goal, first goal, I like that name already.
It's got a ring about it.
And that's what he can do. His left foot is really good one. He's a good shot. He scored, I said it before, 8 times in Champions League, 16 in the league for Red Bull Salzburg.
22 games, 28 goals for Salzburg.
Exactly, and he keeps on going. So what can he do more today for Dortmund in his first appearance? Right decision there was deflected off the thigh of Philipp Max. Of course, the crowd wants it to go their team's way.
Well, it's breathtaking stuff in the WWK arena. 3-2 to Augsburg. Twice they've been 2 goals up. Twice Dortmund have come back. A strike from their star in the making, Erling Haaland.
Good pass by Mats Hummels.
Now Sancho. Oh, he's gone past the keeper. It's 3-3. Oh, Dortmund! Why do you do this to us? Absolutely brilliant stuff. All of a sudden they go from not being able to play to absolute magic. What is that?
This could be a fantastic game, and I don't think it's offside. Many are looking at the monitors. A great pass. You'll see in a minute. A great and fantastic pass by Mats Hummels with his stronger left foot. No offside. Absolutely no offside. And good effort there by both. Sancho with a great control, and Haaland again would have been able to do it as well. But no need for help there for this brilliant talent, Jadon Sancho. This is what he can do.
That touch was sublime.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And that's how you go from 2 goals down to level the game and having the momentum to your side.
Well, we've still got half an hour to go in this game, Patrick, and all sorts of happening now. Marco Reus, saved by Kubek.
So this absolutely looks more like the Dortmund I was waiting for, and everybody in black and yellow was waiting for. Dortmund trying to overrun Augsburg now.
We talked about going toe-to-toe, but it's gloves off now.
Oh, it's bare-knuckle fighting.
Full contact.
What these 2 teams are doing.
Now the Dortmund fans are making a noise. That took a deflection, and that will be another corner. The first goal by a Norwegian for Dortmund, scored by Erling Haaland.
How about the first double in the first appearance by a Norwegian? I would like that very much.
Yeah, I realise you would. So, Julian Brandt hits it low. The little flick on was what Akanji was trying to provide there, but it didn't quite come off, but he does get another corner, the 4th one of the game for Dortmund. 3 times they've scored from corners this season, Dortmund. Can they possibly go in front now? Straight into the hands of Kubek, and he's taking absolutely no chances. Down on the ground, take the steam out of the game.
Listen to the Dortmund fans now going, cheering for their team. They had to wait for their moments a little bit, but
as I said, why do they do that to us? You know, we all know that Dortmund can play, and all of a sudden it's hard to tax City. This game is not over by a long way. Great ball across from Max, really dangerous.
Very good performance so far. Here we go and see the brilliant goal. There's no chance that Brücki could have ever reached this ball. But then there's this guy, for once, Julian Brandt, almost controlled there by Kubek. The other side, Niederlechner with his 2nd goal of the day. And then this brilliant pass by Sancho. That's what he can do, deliver. And Erling Haaland. Oh,
big shout from the home fans, but the referee has allowed play to continue, and now Dortmund might be able to capitalise on this. Sancho. Dortmund really blazing and shooting on sight themselves. Witzel, the header.
So again, as a coach, you might go crazy on the sideline the way both teams are playing it now. And I think the VA, Frank Willenborg, dealt with it and said no penalty. Yeah,
good call.
No, I think it's a good call. There was no real contact there. Oh, he goes absolutely crazy. And here's the shot by Hazard on the other side. So a lot is going on. These first 20 minutes of the second half has been absolutely astonishing so far.
What a half it's been.
Yep.
It was 1-0 at half-time. It's now 3-3.
Oh, good idea by Erling Haaland.
We might see more. It reminds me of when I first started out commentating, and I think you were probably at Bremen at that time, possibly even Bielefeld, when Bremen had that whole if you score 3, we'll score 4 mentality.
Yeah, that was my time.
That was your time, I thought it was.
It was a little tough on me as a defender, but of course I liked celebrating those big number wins. Like, yeah, however you score, how many you score, we will score at least one more. So that was, yeah.
Little return to that, but this game, as I said, has still got about another half an hour to go, depending on how much time is added on for all the goal celebrations.
There have been 6 of them, so at least 3 in this. No, 4. No, what? 5? No, what was it? What was it?
It was 1-0 at half-time.
I'm confused now. So it's 5 goals in second half. That's crazy.
Akanji to Hakimi. Sancho.
Seems to be more active now as well. This could be a great team up between Sancho and a guy like Erling Haaland. So I don't want to apply too much pressure, but big things could come from it.
Well, you're of course more privy to how they interact in training and things like that. Yeah. But at the moment, both Sancho and Haaland have got their name on the score sheet. The ball played in behind the big man.
I mean, you couldn't. I mean, I will have a close look on it, but you couldn't see too much of it up to now because Erling Haaland was a little held back practicing with the team since he, was not really.
Oh, onside, and Jensen. No, the flag does go up once he touches it.
Yeah. So he had only a couple of practices with the team, so he couldn't tell too much from that, but the quality he has, and here's the confirmation that it was offside, the quality he has promises a lot.
5 goals in just over 15 minutes is quite spectacular. Although I do know a man who can do it in 9.
Yeah, but he's not playing for Dortmund, at least not anymore.
Used to. Kadira's ball. That was cute thinking. Brandt. Dortmund trying to let the ball do the work. Hazard waits for the moment. Wasn't on the same level.
Yep.
Wavelength. Wasn't on the same wavelength.
That's not unusual given that these guys only know each other for, let's say, 2 weeks. Max over the left wing. Very strong performance today.
That.
So turns, his. Yeah.
Moves. Jadon Sancho onside. Flag stays down. Sancho. Oh, clever stuff. Very clever. And Marco Reus has blasted over. What is up with Reus? He missed the last game.
Can you believe it? That's so unusual for Marco Reus to miss so many good, let's say, easy opportunities. This ball has to be on target. It has to be on target. Oh, what a used day, as we say in Germany. A used day Marco Reus is having.
Well, actually, it was offside.
Yeah, it would have been offside anyway, but I mean, for Marco Reus, for the upcoming situations, that's not good. Even though he should be professional enough.
Well, I think, you know, the thing is, it wouldn't have counted if it had gone in anyway, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
It does something to you when you have these kind of moments where you usually score, or at least have a great chance of doing so.
Oh, they're through now. They're through again. This time, Hazard. Oh, he's gone round the keeper. Must score. Leaves it for Haaland. Oh, what a team goal. No, surely not. The flag was up.
No. This is no offside. The left foot of Bayer and I think the foot of Lichtsteiner were still behind. So this is an interesting moment. I don't think this is offside. Let's have another look.
Well, obviously, Frank Willenborg and Thomas Korniak are working away.
Yeah, it takes a little longer than expected. I think this is a good goal, but I think Hazard was in the offensive half. Let's see, Hazard's there. This is the moment. There's absolutely no offside.
It's a goal.
It's a goal.
It's a goal, and now we can celebrate. A double for Haaland, and Dortmund have turned it around. Good call from the video assistant referee. We saw it first.
Yep. I mean, they have to be absolutely sure. I can take a guess and no harm, but I thought that there was the left foot of Bayer still giving Hazard a little chance. And there's the double by the Norwegian player in his first game. Well played from Hazard.
That's the typical Dortmund thing that I criticised him about in the first half.
No shooting.
But when it works, it really works. So now Giovanni Reina gets to come on. 17 years of age. You'll know his father, Claudio, of course, who played at Leverkusen, Wolfsburg, Rangers, Sunderland, Man City, and also in the States, of course.
Yeah, we talked about this in halftime, potential substitutions, and we're discussing Torgan Hazard and who can come up for him. We talked about Gio Reyna coming in for him. Of course, I'm happy that he waited until he delivered that so important goal just now, but now there's a big chance for that young, great talent of Gio Reyna to prove himself in the Bundesliga.
Well, he's been making big waves in training, and they've decided to step him up and through to join the seniors.
Rightfully so. I mean, he's seen him a lot in practice and in the youth team, and he does great stuff. He's really physically he's ready for men's football, and he has great ideas and great execution, technical, speed, physicality. So it's a given. It will probably take some time, but he will get there.
My goodness, this game is of epic proportions. Augsburg will be absolutely kicking themselves that they've let this get away from them. Now, Achraf Hakimi, Haaland is on a hat-trick. A hat-trick on your debut, Patrick.
And the good thing you see is, and here again you have it, there's the line, there's two men deeper than Hazard, who touches the ball first. No question about Haaland, he was in his own half, so absolutely no offside, not in new and not in old standards, so righteous goal. But the good thing is you see already that they are looking for Haaland, that they are wanting to play with him, that they want to set him in place. So
welcome to the team.
Yep.
Well, he's very welcome at the moment. Lance ball hits the first defender. The other winter signing of these two sides is about to come on. Eduard Löwen, central midfielder, who has joined on loan from Berlin, comes on for Fredrik Jensen. What can Löwen do? Just a little bit more midfield for Augsburg. Vargas looks to have taken a few knocks today. He's a very slight build, a lot of speed, of course, that he gets from being very light, very manoeuvrable. But of course, any hits and they really hurt.
He's not a warrior, let's say, so much. He's more finesse with his skill set.
Dortmund leading by 4-3 after being 3-1 down. These are the days you'll remember for a long, long time if you're in the stadium.
That's true. But there's so much more to come, I'm quite sure, actually.
Still 15 minutes to play. Dortmund rush forward once again. Reina wants to make his mark. He's just seen somebody else come on his debut and score. Haaland, good physicality from him. Ball got away from him there. Niederlechner also on a hat-trick. He's up against two Dortmund players, and when it's Akanji and Hummels, you'll find it a little difficult to get past.
It's not the most easy task to play against these two defenders, that's for sure. But he has had his fair share of moments today.
Oh, he's played extremely well. The Augsburg side have. It's just that all of a sudden there seemed to be a flick of the switch, and Dortmund were.
Yeah, but why does Dortmund seem to always have to flick the switch? Why not, you know, put it in the right position from the beginning?
Oh, that's going to be a card.
That's the card he's been working on.
He's had it coming.
Oh, but it's the wrong kind of guy. Oh, no, I think he booked Reina for an earlier foul on Philip. Not for this one on Julian Brandt. I'm not sure, actually. But it looked as though...
I must admit, it should have been Julian Brandt that got the yellow card, I'm sure it was. And that is his first of the season, so he won't mind taking that one for the team.
And another good position there for this so dangerous
and they
team.
Are very good with free kicks.
You said that earlier, and we've seen it when Philip Max tried to.
Dortmund have not conceded from a direct free kick yet this season. Can Richter alter that stat? Not with that shot, he can't.
Berkey seemed to be annoyed by this try, actually. But Richter had his fair share of moments as well in this game. So overall, and you mentioned it, a good performance by Augsburg.
They've played really well.
They are still not playing bad. Just Dortmund does a lot better than they did in first half.
Very different Dortmund in this second half. Marco Reus knocks it forward. Haaland looking for a hat-trick. Tries to muscle his way through. Oh, the grim determination of Dortmund at the moment.
Just exactly the quality he brings, the physicality, the typical, you know, the body of a typical number 9, and the way that he plays it. It's good to see this first moments.
Guerrero keeps himself out of trouble. Sancho.
They're playing cat and mouse a little bit.
Kimi waved and got the ball.
Good work there. Brandt and Akanji together.
Sancho kept that ball on. Kubek kicks only as far as Witzel.
A little too handy there, Axel Witzel. Still looking strange. It was such a brutal injury he suffered ending of the year in a home accident.
Still not sure whether that yellow card was for Giovanni Reina or for Julian Brandt. Now, Haaland's long legs. He's on his own. He's on his own. He's on his own hat-trick. Oh, what a debut for Erling Haaland. They wanted to see him. They wanted to see what he's got. Well, he's got a hat-trick on his debut. That's what he has. Marvellous, marvellous stuff from Dortmund. They are now 5-3 up after being 3-1 down. Martin Schmidt must be desolate. Oh, celebrations all round, Patrick.
Look at the way, look at the distance he gets between him and Gedvai, and even though he takes a little bit then to control the ball, still able to get the shot off. Position, speed, power, Erling Haaland, welcome to the Bundesliga, and hey, happy for me, I have to say. Oh, I'm so happy to see this guy playing in our colors. That's brilliant. No chance for Kubek, very hard. Left alone there again. What an opening pass that was from Gio Reyna, if I'm not mistaken. So there's another hello, Bundesliga, here I am.
Substitution. Marco Reus, who's not had the best of afternoons, although if you're not going to have a good afternoon,
then it,
and you still win,
it helps
5-3.
to be it in this way, in this game. Yeah, absolutely. Hood for a little bit more stability defensively.
Well, Reus can just leave the scoring goals duty to Haaland, who must be absolutely over the moon with his debut.
Wow, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed at the moment.
First time this season that we've seen 6 goals in a half. Haaland has touched the ball 10 times.
And scored 3 goals. That's ridiculous. I mean, we had some fair share of good addition into the team. I mean, Paco Alcácer had a great impact in his first game. Scored and scored and scored, even from the bench. So now there's this new guy. Exciting, exciting. Yeah, and some might ask the question, who is that Alcácer guy who wants to leave the club? I still think he has a lot of quality, though, to be honest, and he can help the team. But there was a lot of talking in the winter break. A lot of unhappy guys in the club, and of course Alcácer himself. And now it's not easier for him with a new guy on his position in a debut like this.
Are they finished though? Hakimi.
Everything seems more focused now and more easy.
Oh, Reyna thought about it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was a shot or if he wanted to give this ball to Haaland again, but
only 17 years old. 19-year-old striker who comes on and scores a hat-trick.
I know where you're going with this, yeah. And another 19-year-old on the other side with Sancho, so it's quite a future.
There's quite a lot of youth out there.
Who would have thought at halftime or beginning of second half that we would now 7 minutes or 8 minutes before?
Well, at 3-1 down.
Yep.
I seem to remember you sitting with your head in your hands.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't see where this would go. I was not really optimistic at that point.
It's been an absolute feast for the neutral fan.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't know much of Erling Haaland until then, but he absolutely impressed in his first couple of moments. His third ball action.
Well, I don't know what to think of him, to be honest, because he's only touched the ball 10 times. So I don't think that's enough to really show yourself at your best.
He has shown enough today, in my opinion. He has shown enough today. I'm a fan already. I might get me that Viking hat and walk around Dortmund today.
Please post pictures.
I will do so.
Augsburg, who've fought brilliantly in this game. Have they got another goal left in them? Richter.
Good defense by Hakimi. Seems more focused now too.
Dahoud, Reyna, little dodgy. Witzel, they're trying to use that other side that's got a little bit of room to it. Sancho. Leading Lichtsteiner and Khedira and Meridans. A 2-goal cushion now for Dortmund. Now here is my stat bomb of the day. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, wearing number 17 in August 2013, on his debut. No, I'm not sure it was his debut, but he scored 3 as well.
Yep, that's fantastic. This number is a lucky number.
Well, actually, yeah, it was Aubameyang's debut,
Yeah.
also against Augsburg.
So, substitution for Augsburg.
Zanaran Bazi. Noah Joel Zanaran Bazi, to give him his full name, comes on. But surely now it's just cosmetic.
5 minutes till 90 are over. We'll see a little bit of extra time, that's sure, with all these goals happening in second half. 7 goals in one half. That's fantastic. It seems like every time we are working together, there's something exciting going on.
It's all fixed, you know that, Patrick.
Wow, what a second half that was.
What a turnaround it's been,
Yeah.
and now Dortmund back above Schalke on goal difference.
That's the way
Leipzig
it's
and
supposed to
Bayern
be.
still have to play, of course. Jedvai, his pass intercepted. Reina shrugged off by Leuven. Witsel. You know, I really think he changed his mask at half-time. I think it's the eye holes are bigger. I think he can see better. Reina. Oh, there was a big push in the back there.
That should be a foul.
That should be a foul.
That's poor judgment of the linesman, the assistant, Guido Kleve.
Lucien Favre can't believe that. So very obvious.
Clearly to see from everywhere. Look at this, look at this. That's a push.
Perhaps he goes down a little lightly for...
He does, but he's 17 years old. What do you expect?
Well, if you're in playing with the big boys, you've got to take those knocks.
That's right.
Hakimi's header. Back to Burki.
I don't know about you, but I'm much more relaxed now that I see a 2-goal lead with only 3 minutes plus extra time to play. And, of course, the way Dortmund is playing it now, which looks totally different than second half.
But this is surely a problem for Dortmund in as much as that when they play like they did in the first half, that they need to somehow have themselves slapped into life.
It's strange. I mean, they are able to, as you said, flick the switch, but why do they have to bring themselves in?
Sancho.
In that position,
Well, they can afford to shoot now. But this is the thing, they're not always going to be able to dig out those, 5 goals?
No, I mean, you lose a lot of energy, and of course, it doesn't give you the same kind of confidence that you would get if you have a strong performance, a solid, let's say, 2-0 win. That would give you more, over the time, more confidence than always having to fight against, and you have to say, weaker teams in quality for a win or a draw.
Oh, it just gets more bizarre.
Okay.
The last substitute to come on and score a hat-trick in the Bundesliga was Paco Alcácer in October 2018 against Augsburg.
Oh no, that's strange now. That's strange.
Dortmund just love to come to Augsburg and play.
Yeah, and you said that before, that, let's wait. And you said it before, there's no better average against any other team in the Bundesliga than against Augsburg.
And after the 5 goals that Dortmund scored against them on Matchday 1, they were 3-1 up. They were thinking, well, we're going to get a little bit of revenge here. Not so. Oh, they're queuing up now. Dahoud. Was that a pass? Was that a shot?
I think it was a pass, but Reina didn't see it coming. Would have been a great chance for the youngster to score his first in the Bundesliga.
Also, great experience for him to be on in an emotional moment like this.
Yeah, fantastic. And he was involved. I mean, that pass for Haaland's 3rd goal, I think it was Reina who saw him pulling away from the defender. In the last minutes of normal time, a
what has been a marvellous comeback from Dortmund. A comeback of the finest quality that has seen a hat-trick from their winter signing, Erling Haaland. I'm sure we'll be hearing that name a lot more in the coming weeks. Zaran Bazet, Hummels. That's a good clearance.
That's a good clearance. The ball stays
still
inbound,
in,
yeah.
Bounces away from the opposition.
Left side got a little quieter too from Augsburg, or was better defended from Dortmund. Yeah, I think we've seen it all today.
Some people are leaving the stadium, I don't know why. We could see 2 goals in the last 2 minutes.
We have seen 3 in 15, so there's 3 minutes more.
Oh, here's Haaland again, plants inside him. Oh, he tried to play, there was a hand in there, but you can't whistle for that.
Yeah.
That's part of the new rules. If you fall to the ground and your hand goes out to support you, exactly what happened there.
It was like a, let's say, natural.
That's a good
positioning.
rule.
Yeah, it's a good call too. I mean, what can he do? He's trying to slide. He's not jumping hands first.
3 minutes added on, of which we've nearly played 1. Well, this is a real signal again. When you lock horns with Dortmund, don't imagine that 3-1's enough to beat them.
You need more than that. They are absolutely capable of forcing themselves on their opponents, but I don't know why, for any kind of reason, they always need a little wake-up call. They need opponents to really...
A little bit of self-harming.
Hurt them a little, yeah. And that's unnecessary. This just costs you over a season. It will cost you a couple of games, a couple of points. They really need to get this out of the system.
Hazard able to make up for his earlier mistakes, setting up Haaland for one of his goals.
Strong second half from him, much better. As many players have turned their game around in second half for Dortmund.
And I think Dortmund have officially finished the game. They're just kicking the ball around between them.
But I'm impressed with the way Augsburg done it. I mean, they have proven that it was no lucky streak they had before winter break, where they only have to give themselves beaten against Leipzig in the last game, but before that really put their foot on the ground in the Bundesliga.
Last attack now from Dortmund. Witzel.
This is all just making the time go away. No real effort there. Dortmund is showing that they don't really want to attack.
Referee looks at his watch. I think he's bored just watching them kick the ball around with each other. That's it. It's all over. One of the most dramatic comebacks of the season for Lucien Favre's Dortmund. They've done it before, but I must say, Erling Haaland's debut is one to remember. A hat-trick in his first game. It's finished Augsburg 3, Borussia Dortmund 5. I don't know about you, Patrick, but I'm going to need to lie down after this.
I'm exhausted. I didn't even play, but I'm exhausted. Fantastic and exciting second half. 7 goals we've seen. I'm happy that there have been 5 on Dortmund's side, to be sure, but what a debut by the Norwegian.
The second youngest ever hat-trick scorer in the Bundesliga. The oldest was, the youngest was Walter Bechtold in 1965, the year after I was born.
Yep.
For Eintracht Frankfurt.
A little before my time.
He was 18.
But he's absolutely every reason to be happy.
And so have Dortmund. They found a real jewel there. They knew he was good. I'll be very excited to see how he develops over the coming matches. Martin Schmidt must be absolutely gutted that his team didn't get anything out of this game today. They played so well. but they were just outclassed in the second half.
They were outclassed. Second half was just a demonstration of what Borussia Dortmund is capable of doing to you. Even though Augsburg had a strong day, a fantastic match plan, they have well executed. They could have scored maybe 1 or 2 more, but in the end, Dortmund really forced themselves on Augsburg and deserved this win because of the second half.
Well, smiles on the faces of the Dortmund players and fans. Not quite so for the Augsburg team and their followers. It's finished. Augsburg 3, Dortmund 5. What a game it's been. I hope you enjoyed it as much as Patrick Aubameyang and myself did. I know Patrick enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
Hope you can join us next time for more thrills, spills, and hopefully plenty of action like this one from the Bundesliga. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.